It's a New Year's resolution that maybe you've been thinking about for a long time, and maybe this year's the year, starting your own business. It's an idea that local attorney Lashandra Peoples-Johnson hears a lot from clients, but she's going to tell us today you really need to know what you're doing to make sure everything is good to go for your business. Good morning, Lashandra.
Good morning. How are you?
Good. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you.
I love this topic. You talked about this right before you left for the holidays in December. Hey, a lot of people ask me about this.
Yes.
What is it about the small business and starting it that is so attractive to people?
It's three core benefits that I hear over and over and over. First is flexibility. When you start your own business, then you have the flexibility over your schedule, and you're ultimately able to design a business around your ideal lifestyle. Control. People love control.
Oh, yeah.
They want to know. Me too. They want to be in control of the work they do and how they do it. And then also just the love and passion. People want to do work around the things they love, and they want to get paid for their own skills and interests.
Yeah, maybe they're doing a job that feels like work, and they want to do something that doesn't feel like work. Am I right?
Yes,
So what do people need to start a business here in Oklahoma? Just kind of a starter kit for us here.
So the first, and I would say most important thing, is a business plan. A business plan ensures that you think of every step of your business. It's long and it's tedious and it's a lot of work, but it is essential to a profitable business. It goes through things like your target audience. You can do a market analysis, analyze your competitors, and think about sales and also other things such as that.
So a business plan, this is going to be important, I would imagine, if you're going to lenders and you're trying to start something from the ground up. What's your business plan? It really needs to be specific,
yes,
right?
It has to be specific, and it has to go into, and it's for the lenders, but it's also for you, because before you get into it, you want to know the pros and cons, the strengths and weaknesses. Is there a market for your business? Those are good things to kind of go through before you invest the money and time into actually starting the business.
We had mentioned on that graphic there about planning your finances, which isn't exactly the same thing as a business plan, because this is something people will come to you and you'll tell them, you need to plan financially for this. It's an upfront cost, at least.
Yeah, so there's a few steps that you should definitely do financially. So the first one is to identify those startup expenses. Those are your building costs, if you have employees, salaries, any kind of licensing or permits. You also want to estimate those costs. Some of those are easy. You can go online and see, plug the numbers in. Other ones are going to be estimates, such as utilities, where you don't really know what those numbers are. And then you also want to add those costs together. The ultimate goal is to have the startup costs for your company for the first 6 months. And you want to be able to differentiate between optional and essential costs.
Registering your business. What is this? Because this sounds like something you might need to check with a lawyer on. If you're talking about registering, make sure everything's above board.
Yes. So before you register, there are a couple of preliminary things you need to do. First, you need to determine what kind of entity you want to create. Is that a sole proprietorship with one owner? Do you want a partnership with multiple owners, an LLC, a corporation? And then you get to the fun part, creating your name. You want to be creative and decide on a name, and you want to search, and this is where you need a lawyer sometimes, search and see if that name is trademarked, if someone's already using it. And then you register the business. In Oklahoma, you do that through the Oklahoma Secretary of State.
Because you come up with a zinger, just like this heck of a name, and then it's like, oh, it's already taken. You don't want to do that. And then potentially expose yourself to liability. Because if you take a name that's taken, what happens?
So you'll get a cease and desist letter, most likely, telling you to stop using their name. And then if you've monetized or made any money off of it, they may come back asking for compensation based on you using their name. Okay, so just you've really got to dot your I's, cross your T's on that one. I know this is kind of a wide-ranging question to end it, but what are some liabilities? Obviously, you practicing law know all about this. What are some liabilities that business owners can be exposed to as they welcome people into their business, brick and mortar or not? So one big thing is to make sure that you have everything in writing. So to have a representation agreement if you're doing any kind of services, and then contracts if you're providing services and agreements. Having that in writing really helps to make sure that your rights and all of your interests are really protected. And then you want to make sure that you stay up to date on your insurance. If anything does happen, a lot of times your insurance does cover it. And so make sure that you have that malpractice or that liability insurance in place at all times. All right. Well, Lashandra Peoples-Johnson with Johnson Cephas Law, thank you so much. I hope you had great holidays, and we'll see you again soon. Yes, thank you.